Hello, how are you guys? Today we'll try to. This is an old Squire that I has had for ages. Maybe I had it for 25 years now, since I was 15. I'm 38 now. So even though it's not a Fender, it's my Fender, it's precious to me because it was the first electric guitar that I bought. So I wanted to not overhaul it, but do some cleanups, try to do some shielding. If you can see, there's some scratches, but I'm not gonna worry about that because it's an old guitar and it has to show that somehow. It's not like damage in any way. I want to clean the fretboard, remove some, if you could see, there's like grease and stuff. Put new strings. I'm going to experiment with the Ernie Ball strings, with especially the slinky bottom, slinky top, heavy bottom. I'll showcase this in a moment. I like thicker bass strings and thinner lower strings for soloing and stuff. So we'll start. There's something I did like a year after buying the guitar. The problem with this guitar is that it feedbacks a lot. So what I did is use an orthodox method of trying to shield external interference by shielding and covering the pickups with some kind of cloth. So this serves two purposes, or one purpose, but has a negative side effect as well. It lowers the output, and a good thing is that it greatly improves the feedback problem, and it adds like a mellow kind of tone rather than too bright. I was happy with this arrangement for years, but I want to experiment now with shielding using aluminum foil. This essentially is, you build a Faraday kind of cage where you shield everything from the environment, so the pickups doesn't pick up a lot of interference in the electric circuitry. The best thing to use is to use copper tape. I don't have copper tape. I'm an advocate for using what you have. So I don't have copper tape, which is the best option to use, and neither an aluminum tape. So what I'm gonna use is just all plain regular aluminum foil, and stick that using glue. I'll show you this process later on after we clean the guitar. Actually, I'm gonna try do both. I'm gonna remove the pick guard now. I'm gonna leave the cleaning the fretboard to last, so I don't mess it up with glue or any other thing while working on the shield. So we'll start dismantling and removing the pick guard. Alright, you can see here, here's the way I connected the cloth. So I have to try and remove the ground wires. Let's see. So I desoldered the jack wires, removed the earth from the one connected to the tremolo system. I'm not gonna mess up with the bridge or the tremolo system, just gonna clean it, maybe remove these so I could have accessibility and clean them and polish them a bit. But the whole work would be inside this cavity. I'm gonna clean it, apply some glue, and put the foil sheets, and do the same here. I'm gonna remove all those components, so it's easy. If you can see that there's a bit of foil, but I want the whole area to be covered. So I'm gonna remove all the components. I'll do this a bit later. We'll start with the cavity. So it's better not to use a lot of liquid, maybe a bit of dusting, so the glue can, maybe a damp piece of cloth would be alright, but don't use a lot of water, not to damage the wood, because usually this part of the guitar is not painted optimally. The manufacturing companies doesn't like to spend too much time on areas that will not show eventually because of the pick guard. Try to clean the edges because the foil will overlap them, so when the pick guard touches those areas, it's gonna be like a self-contained chamber. Gonna do the same for the smaller cavity here. We're gonna connect them to the earth, so we're gonna connect this small cavity to the bigger one, then straight to the earth on one of the pots. I'm not gonna be super focused on this because the kind of glue I'm using is a bit jelly. It's that one by Dunlop. It's universal adhesive. Usually you can use like spray type of adhesive that are made for wood and metal. This is also, if you did the directions, it has like for metal, PVC and wood. The problem with this is it has a smell, but we're gonna use a small amount either way. Another way of shielding the guitar is painting it with a special, usually it's black type of paint that has metal inside it. So it's just as easy as brushing it through the entire cavity. The problem here is that the cavity is painted, so I don't think it would stick as much without sanding. So, and I don't have this paint, I have to order it online. So I'm gonna go with the foil paper. It's the easiest, cheapest, and the one available. But as I said, buying a copper tape is better, easier, and good thing with the copper tape is the sticky side is also conductive. So if you put like two overlapping pieces, they will conduct to each other. Some aluminum tapes doesn't have this property, so double check before buying. I usually try to tell my audience the best ways of doing it, so do as I say, not as I do. So for now that's good. So we're gonna get the foil and start wrapping it all. It's like tube kind of these, which is better to apply, easier to apply. You can buy them in tubes. We call them Ago here. I don't know if it's the same kind of everywhere. You want to go a bit and overlap a bit here. So we're gonna take a piece of foil. This has to be one whole piece. We're gonna do like final touch ups. As you can see, there's still no Then I let it dry a bit, then do the, meanwhile we're gonna do the pick guard. Pick guard is gonna be easier. So let's take the guitar out and swap pick guard in. Close this a bit. Get a bigger piece. So I'm gonna remove all the electronics from that one. Remove the pots, volume. Okay, we're gonna put the components back. So as you can see, it's totally sealed, foiled. We're gonna clean the pickups with some windex. One thing we should do is do a ground connection between this cavity and this cavity to one of the pots. So I made this wire so we could connect here at this point and the point at this point. But the problem is aluminum is not very solder friendly. It might work, it might not. If not, I'll try my best to heat solder the gun maximum temperature and give it at least little adhesion, then add super glue so it doesn't pull off for some reason. On the super glue will be added on the plastic part of the wire. So let's see. Now what we will do is try to see if there is continuity. It should buzz a bit. It's not buzzing. I think there's a problem with the multimeter. Okay, it's working. And the breaking sound is because of the battery. It's a little bit. Let's see the wire if it's connected. No, this is still not connected. Okay. So it's quite good. Now we clean out the guitar with some windex. Now some people say windex is not good for the finish. I rarely use it. There's special products to wipe the guitar with, but once, like in Blue Moon, I don't think it would matter. I did it before and it didn't, to be honest. So I'm gonna use windex. It's better to use guitar polish, but I haven't found any problem with using windex. So it's time to put it back. For some of you guys, sometimes the compartment inside is a bit too short, and the active lead will, the tip of this tip to be exact, of the cable might touch some of the foil inside, so you have to isolate it or insulate it, maybe by using a cloth, small cloth around this area. So now we'll put this back. So we're now into cleaning the fretboard. As you can see, I polished the bridge. Still need some wiping to shine a bit, but I polished it with a metal polishing compound used to polish silver, and it seems to work nice. I'll give it another final touch in the end to polish it more. As you can see, the pickups are cleaner, the fretboard, the pots. Now the best way to clean rosewood fretboard is with linseed. It will nourish it, maintain it, give it some kind of lubrication for easy playing, give it this shine. It's the best thing. Fortunately, as with other things, I don't have it on my next guitar. I used to have it, and I used to do it before, but I don't have it anymore. So I'm gonna clean it with some humid wipes. So as I said, the best approach is to go with the linseed, but doing this once is not a very bad way to do it, but usually I give the best recommendations that I know, and things manufactured for polishing and maintaining guitars are usually the best way to do it. There's a lot of grease. We don't want to keep it wet a lot, so as well. Gonna give it a wipe every few frets. See, a lot of that's from years of play. Usually it's best to place the guitar on a towel. Those are like flexible rubber, so it won't damage it. They're good. But the towel, not so rough towel, is good also. It's a good option. Okay. I also cleaned the tuners. what we're gonna do is clean and shine the fretboards. I did this, you can see it on a previous video, the one that I did the repainting for the Strat style mini guitar. How to do it? You can buy it already made, like metal tin kind of material. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the same silver polish compound. You can use compounds that are especially made for guitars. You don't want to go over the fretboard, so just stay within. I'm gonna install the strings now. The strings, I'm gonna install the hybrid slinky. Sorry, I made a mistake before. They're 9s, but because they're hybrid, the thickest string is 46, which is usually present in strings of gauge 10. I like the bass strings to be heavier a bit. Ernie Ball is well known. I use the Diageos sometimes, mostly on my Les Paul. So we're gonna do the strings. After cleaning the bridge, we have to set the intonation again. As for the action, I don't think we're gonna need anything. Okay, there's many schools about this, but some schools of thought mentions to start with the smallest string going up, and the other people say it's better to start from the. I don't think it matters a lot, to be honest. I don't think. Then you're gonna tune it, you're gonna set it up. So I do it randomly usually. Insert it to the hole like this, then touch it from this side and go back a little bit further than the tuner before it. That way you have like 3 to 4 centimeters. Then dent the string a bit and start tuning. So the guitar is ready, new strings. I've noticed something, maybe it would have been better if I installed the Adrio strings, because I feel the Ernie Ball is too bright for a Stratocaster. That's what I feel, at least. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to hear you in the comments, your opinion. I feel like an Ernie Ball would be great on a Les Paul. What I actually did was the total opposite. I put the Adrios on the Les Paul with my Epiphone. Slash model. So I cleaned the fretboard, new strings, done the intonation. Maybe in another video I'll show you how to do the intonation. It's not that hard. I didn't do any action changes, didn't lower it or anything. The truss rod was quite good, even though the strings were off the guitar for days. There's like a myth that says you should remove the string by string. I don't believe it's correct. You should remove all strings, because how else would you, for example, level the frets or fix the truss rod if it's for you to do the fret leveling? It depends. So right now, here's the volume. You see, this is there's no feedback, very quiet. You can almost not hear the. This is on the humbucking setup. On the bridge, you would still hear. This is nature of most Stratocasters, and especially Squires. You see, if you can see, there it is. Especially with distortion. So yeah, this is a small amp. For the body, you can use car wax, because the kind of paint they use nowadays is very similar to car paints. You need to buff it with something like this. I did it with hand. It's easy to do it with an angle grinder or something. I have one, but it's too fast for such things. You need one that you can adjust the speed. There's special tools for doing it using a normal drill as well, and there's and you can also use the polishing compound. The polishing compounds are used prior to the wax when there's scratches and you want to buff them out and remove them, but I didn't want to do that. I did it for the guitar that I painted in the repainting video of the mini Strat. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the videos, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to get notifications of new videos. It's still a new channel, but I'm hoping to add new videos regularly. So take care.